At least 24 people have died after a partially constructed flyover collapsed in Kolkata, India, into one of the busiest areas in the city. And now the Indian police have arrested 5 officials from the construction company IVRCL, where they're being questioned over culpable homicide and criminal conspiracy. We have a video actually showing the moment right before the flyover collapsed onto the street. This is happening in one of, again, the busiest, most populated areas in Kolkata. Right there, the flyover just crashes into it, you know, hitting cars and pedestrians. This is pretty much 100 meters of the structure collapsed onto the street, Nick. This was again on Thursday near during lunchtime, which is again a really populated area.
Kind of come out of nowhere, you know, no warning. I mean, no cars had stopped before. People didn't stop walking. It just kind of came out of nowhere without any noises or sounds or any sort of warning for the pedestrians or the drivers. Very scary.
And the cause is still also being investigated. It's still not known. I mean, the reports have said though that iron girders have come off because they couldn't hold the weight of the flyover, but that's still being investigated. I mean, this flyover, I have to say, this structure was being constructed for 7 years. They started in 2009 and they were supposed to be done by 2011, yet it's taken them a long time. In fact, yeah, right.
Wow. You know, what should have been a straightforward project ended up being, you know, something that was dragged on for a very long time and unfortunately ended up in disaster, which is very sad. You know, and you know, there's a lot of questions that are coming out of this now. It's like, why was a company, the one that was in charge of this, why a company that's been blacklisted by so many different places in India, why were they allowed to even be managing this whole project in the first place? Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
of course. And even the IVRCL, when they had to defend themselves, right, they were saying that this was an act of God, that in the 27 years that they were building constructions and structures, nothing has ever happened. So this was just a one-time incident. Yet it's not a one-time incident. India is very well known for having many reports of collapsed buildings. In fact, we have I have a exact figure. It's 2,600 people die every single year from these structural collapses. So it's, I don't know about an act of God. I don't know why God would do that.
Well, but again, maybe for 7 years.
For 7
years.
They
left God quite a large window.
Yeah, there are reports that the companies actually requested for money to be funded into this project, and money hasn't been funded. In fact, they can only work on this 6 hours a day because it's such a populated area. So that, of course, kind of halts the construction. It was only 70% done when it collapsed. I think the other big thing of the story too is the rescue teams that went in and dug underneath. I mean, we had sniffer dogs, drilling machines, sensors to detect life underneath the rubble, using cranes to kind of see what's underneath there. And I think there were also reports of people feeding water bottles to whoever they came to surface. I mean, the amount of the rescue team that came behind these people, the army even got involved.
And even the volunteers that came out and were giving a hot tea, for example, to the people who were, you know, taking away the rubble and trying to rescue people. That was also huge as well.
Yeah, definitely. So we had the Chief Minister, Banerjee, who is actually, she does blame the leftist government who oversaw this project, but now that she's involved, it's going to kind of affect the elections that are coming up this month, so we'll have to wait and see. She does, though, because she supervises these efforts, she's donating money and giving money to the families of the dead, to the critically injured, and the minor injured. So right now, whether it's an act of God, if anything, it's just a warning sign to just step up the game of India.